Ladies and gentlemen, hello, this is ORHAN BARSIQ. Please let me start with thanking everybody for being here in this conference and discussing our dream, the Independence Republic of Circassia. My topic will be the Circassian identity, but I need your attention, please, so I can take you with me to a journey from the past to the present and what we want to do in the future. First of all, I want to call the Russian criminal state as a criminal state. Why? In the eras of this state, they were always criminals. When they were an empire ruled by Tsars, they did the crimes they did for us, Circassians, Chechens, Georgians. Everybody in this hall knows this history. After that, they became the Soviet Union. Everybody knows what they did to the Chechens. Everybody knows what they did to Ingushes and to other nations. And after the Soviet Union, they became a federal republic, democracy. And now we can see what they did for Chechens and Ingushes again, and what they did for Georgians, the invasion, and the invasion for Ukraine. So in all the stages of this nation, they are criminals of this world. And they are always a danger. And we need to get rid of this danger. For us Circassians, we have an interest to have our homeland back as an independent country. And to have that, we need population. The population of our people is, let's say, distributed in more than 50 countries in the world. And this is a problem, to gather them and put them back in Circassia in the era of after Russia. Like after Russia will collapse, we will have our state back. And we need our people to come back to their land. Everybody thinks, why not? But the problem is that we have an identity crisis for the Circassians. According to a study, a young lady, Circassian from Jordan, her name is Tia Shapsol. This lady made a study about the Circassian identity in Jordan, and she found out that more than 80% of the Circassians have an identity problem. They do. Why? This thing happened through centuries, decades with Russians. When Russia invaded our country, they killed more than the half of the population. And after that, they exiled 90% or more of who stayed alive from their homeland and made them small communities in a different countries in the world, mainly in the Turkish areas. They destroyed in our homeland more than 6,000 historical locations to delete our identity and to delete our, let's say, footprints in this land and to steal it in an easy way. So these things affected our people in the homeland. Our people in the homeland, I'm talking about the new generations, they don't have that much of historical evidences for this existence and their connection to this land. And by the way, our people in our homelands are minority because Russians, to kill our identity, they starting relocating, sorry, my English is very bad, relocating people from other nationalities in our lands and to make us minority, like Armenians, Qarashay, Balkars, Russians, Kazakhs, Nagawais. Like they were paying for Russian armies to bring their families and live in our lands to make themselves a majority in our lands. So this affected us and affected our identity. A lot of our guys now are going to the Russian army, forced to go to the Russian army to put them in the front line. Some of them, they think they are brave to do that. This is a problem. And the diaspora, we have this problem because we lost our distinctions. You know, like we are not unique anymore. We are not different. Before, when you were asking a Circassian 2 generations before, where are you from? He was telling you, I'm a Circassian from Jordan, or a Circassian from Syria, or a Circassian from Turkey. But now he's telling you, I'm Jordanian, or I'm Syrian, or I'm Turkish. Why? Because they lived for a long time among these nationalities, and they were forced to have the citizenships of these countries. As an example, me personally, I did not go to any governmental organization to have my citizenship. I was forced to have it, not forced by power, no, but forced by situations, because it's a country where I live and I was born there. I was giving the passport of this place and I'm not allowed to go back to my home. This caused us a crisis. This caused us problems and very huge challenges for saving our culture, our customs, our traditions, and our language. Now, we need to make Circassians feel the uniqueness again. And I'm not saying uniqueness as stars, as an example. No, just to feel your identity as a European citizen back. This cannot be done if we did not work very fast about it, because maximum we have 1 generation and we will lose it after that. This was caused in purpose by Russians and not in purpose from other people, especially Europe. As a Circassian, when I want to deal with Europeans, they not deal with me as a European person or a European citizen, or they do not deal with us as a European nation. They deal with us according to the documents that was forced on us because of the genocide that happened to us, the exile, and to be relocated in these diasporas. So these documents actually are the way that, these documents are shaping the way that Europeans are dealing with me as a European, and they do not recognize it. So Europe must recognize Circassians as a European nation officially, and they must help us to mark Circassians as a European nation. And this marking can be by IDs, passports, anything, just to make Circassians feel that they are unique in the diasporas that they are living in. This psychologically will help us in the future to relocate Circassians back to their country, to Circassia. Now, if I went to a Circassian who are living normally in, let's say, Macedonia, and living like a Macedonian, having Macedonian rights and Macedonian culture with nothing different than this nation as an example, and ask him to go back to his homeland, he will not. He does not feel the uniqueness. He does not feel that he's different. He does not feel the, how can I say it, that he belongs to another nation. He lost it. Not yet. We did not lose it at all, but we are losing it, and very fast, by the way. So help us as a European nation to give this feeling to our people that they are Europeans, belongs to this place, this is their country, and they have the morally responsibility to be in it. This can be officially done by rules, and this can be really fast in a short term. Why? Circassians, after recognizing Circassia and after it becomes the independent Republic of Circassia, will be the responsible of protecting the eastern coast of the Black Sea. If we can repopulate it really fast, this project will be fast. Our interests, like Circassians and Europe nations in generally, will be really faster done, and we will have our protected area in a faster way. And this remarking will help us as Circassians to do that. Well, this is all what I wanted to say. Please, the Circassian new generation and the Circassian youth need help to keep their identity and not to lose it. Thank you very much. And thank you, Mr. Mustafa, for inviting me to this conference.